Hey everyone, I wanted to review with you how to work your open sales report. So obviously the first thing that you're going to need to do is print it. Open sales report, select salesperson, put salesperson's initials. I'm just going to select one and always select show detail, because showing detail will actually print everything on the order, such as memos and things like that. Where if you leave it unchecked on show detail, it will only show the order number and those type things. It won't have anything to do with the items or the actual memos on the order. So show details the way you want to do it. Click OK. It's going to pull up everything that is on order or at the warehouse waiting for delivery for this sales associate. So again, it's an open sales report. Anything that's not been delivered or finalized yet will show on this report. This way you can keep track of your orders, updating customers, noticing anything that needs to be corrected or needs attention, so that you can keep these customers current with information, as well as making sure things are not delayed getting on order. So basically, I'm going to show you a few things to look for that might be red flags. As a new person, obviously, this can get a little confusing because there are multiple scenarios of things that will pop up. So if they don't show on this report I'm reviewing with you, it might show up something different on your report at a later date. So if so, just always get with your mentor or the manager so that they can help you and make sure that you're understanding what needs to be done to get that customer taken care of. Okay, so basically some of the initial things that you want to always look for is always making sure that you've got POs on your items or locations. If something shows OVR, you want to obviously check that item. This one is just the replacement plan, so it's not a tangible item, so it's okay that that stays in OVR. The fact that it has ST here on it means stock. It means you can go ahead and schedule delivery even though it shows OVR on this one item. Obviously, this one that shows a PO on it, though, does prevent you from scheduling this. It tells you the acknowledgement number of that PO and then also the date that it's approximately due in. Now, one thing to keep in mind that new hires get a little bit confused about: when we, from our corporate office, place an order, our buying department places an order to the manufacturer, and when they place the order, they create the PO number. The acknowledgement number is what is provided to us by the vendor, showing that they've actually received the PO and that it is now on order. So if you ever see an order that shows a PO and no acknowledgement number, that should immediately raise a red flag for you. You need to call the vendor, make sure that they've received it, because sometimes what can happen, very rare, but sometimes corporate will create the PO because they either faxed or emailed the order over to them, or maybe they have a system within their web page that allows them to order something with certain manufacturers. So we believe that it is on order. But if the manufacturer never receives it on their end, or somehow or another it falls through the cracks, they don't actually put it on order. Therefore, an acknowledgement number never is given. We think it's on order the whole time, and meanwhile, it's really not on order. So acknowledgement is just as critical to see as the PO. If you see one without the acknowledgement, you need to just call the vendor, verify that they do have it, and then add your acknowledgement number if you discover that we just didn't have it put on the order. Okay, so this one here shows that this has basically got a very small amount of money down as a deposit, and there are no financing information included. So this one is obviously available for a swap. As someone looking at your order, you would obviously want to get half money on this so that it protects your swap, because otherwise this could keep coming in and somebody could keep taking it from you, therefore never being available for your customer to take delivery. So that would be something that is a red flag, to make sure you get 50% or financing on this order to protect swaps happening on this order. Okay, then you go on down, the same customer has some additional items here. Again, we do have the PO and the acknowledgement, so that's good. Again, it still does not have 50% down, so it is available for swaps until that receives the 50% down. From there, you go down to the next one, and this one has a PO. C in front of the PO means it's a container. It's coming on container from Overwater. Does have an acknowledgement, so that's good. Again, this one does not have 50% down, but if you notice here in memos, it shows a credit memo number. The C in front of this number stands for a credit memo number. So the money on this credit memo is going to offset this money here, therefore it's not swappable. Okay. Again, another thing that you can look at on here when going through it, if anything is coming up close to the estimated date, you can go ahead and move those days out if you want to prevent it from popping up on your backlog, because once we end up on October 10th, then this would pop up on your backlog. So you can use this for reference of working your backlog as well as using your backlog itself. Okay, so I'm just going to go through to some of the other pages to see if there's anything else that's of alert. This one right here, as you can see, everything's showing in warehouse, and this one does actually have a scheduled delivery date, so it's good. It's showing paid in full. The difference obviously is showing a date versus EST date, meaning this is an estimated date. So if it's got the date without the EST in front of it, that means you are scheduled and you're good to go. Okay. Now here's one that's a little bit alarming for you that you would want to immediately start working on. This one shows POs on everything except for this one line item. This Southern Motion piece shows one piece should be on order, but it's an OVR, meaning it's not on order. So someone needs to contact the merchandising department right away to let the merchandising department know this needs to be put on order, because as of right now it's not on order. Now there could be something that the merchandising department has reached out to that sales associate on, something needing to be rekeyed or something of that nature, but as of right now it is not on order and will not get put on order until it's brought to someone's attention, and this order's been on order since the 29th, so it definitely should have a PO on it at this point. Going on from there, you can see, let's go to the next page and see what we can see. Again, you're just looking for anything that stands out. This one's all showing in stock. There's no money on this order. It's not scheduled for delivery. I see no financing on the order. The memos basically says no activity. This is something also the managers try to watch out for. So this needs to be checked on to see why this is in here with no money on it. That order really should be canceled unless there's something that I'm not seeing immediately here. So again, that's something that we will follow up on to see what needs to be done with that order. Going on to the next page. This one here shows everything is in stock. It's got half down, but we need to see what's going on with it. This shows last memos on this order, shows from back in April, but it does have half down, but obviously this is not reserving for the customer because there's no money, there's no memos in the last 2 weeks unless you check activity screen and see that the activity screen does have all yeses. If so, then obviously it's still not swappable. It's one or the other, either all yeses or memos on the actual order itself is what protects it. So again, basically you're looking for POs, no OVRs, unless it's an OVR that says ST out to the side. That means those stay standard as OVRs. If you show something on your OSR that looks like it just needs excuse me, it looks like it just needs something finalized. So for example, if you sold something off the showroom floor and the customer has already taken it with them, but it's still showing on this report, then at that point you need to make your manager aware that it just needs to be finalized, showing that it's taken, so that it therefore does come out of your inventory at the store, as well as that is how you get paid on it. So you would not get paid until it's showing finalized. And I'm not seeing anything else that's of alerts. These all show warehouse. This one's scheduled for delivery. PO with acknowledgement, so that one's good. Again, looking for any OVRs that don't have POs already on them. Now see, this one shows OVR and SPO, but if you look over here to the side, it shows 0 quantity. That means that this one's been back ordered off to a different ticket, so that you don't need to do anything with, because it's no quantity of that on this actual order. So anyway, I hope that helps. Again, you will have other scenarios that does come up that might need to be addressed. You just need to take each one of them as you have them, and if you're not sure what to do, either get with your mentor or with your GM, and they'll get that those questions answered for you so that you can get your customers taken care of in a timely manner. Okay, thanks so much. Bye-bye.